I have a confession to make. I don't like math. Well, at least if you're like me, you might not like pure theoretical math. Whenever I would be sitting in my math classes, like calculus or algebra or trigonometry, I always wondered if I would ever have to use these concepts. However, if you're like me, you might love computer science. I love computer science because it helps us explain math topics in a way that's easy for our computer to understand, and that makes it a little easier for me to understand too. That's important because when we're studying topics like machine learning and artificial intelligence, it's important for us to be able to explain to the computer how to apply mathematical concepts to large amounts of data. So one important topic in machine learning is linear regression. You may have heard of the term linear regression and you're not sure if it's a good fit for your data set. Well, look no further. I'm going to explain what linear regression is at a basic level and give you a short example of how it can be used in a data set with two variables. Linear regression is a form of supervised machine learning, which means that it uses a labeled data set. We're using linear regression to make predictions on continuous data, which is numerical data that can have infinite values. So continuous data can be something like height or age, or even foot size. This is in contrast with categorical data, which have finite distinct values. This can be things like color or the species of an animal, like a cat or a dog. These types of data would probably not be a good candidate for linear regression because there are finite types of categories that they can be in. However, if your data looks like this, let's keep going. Let's take a look at this graph. Let's say, for example, we want to build a machine learning model that will identify if there's a positive correlation between a person's height and their shoe size. And we have a bunch of data points that we want to use to predict those future values. So let's see if there's a positive correlation between height and shoe size. Right now, height in inches is our independent variable x, and shoe size is our dependent variable y. We want to model the relationship by x and y by plotting all of these points on the graph and then finding the best fit line between all of those points. So, for example, let's say that we have a data point where a person who's 62 inches has a shoe size of 6, a person who's 63 inches has a shoe size of 9, 64 inches has a shoe size of 7, 65 inches has a shoe size of 7, and 66 inches has a shoe size of 8. Now keep in mind, I actually am 63 inches and I have a shoe size of 9. So now that we have this data, let's try to find the best fit line between all of these data points. Just by looking at this, we'll probably do something like this. That would be the best fit line between all of our data points. It allows us to see a trend in the data and make predictions, and it also allows us to identify outliers, such as myself. Overall, linear regression is a great algorithm to start with if you're just getting started with machine learning models. You don't have to love pure math to work with machine learning and AI, as long as you're able to recognize relationships and patterns between data and you have the passion for it. Overall, happy coding. Thanks for watching. In the comments below, please feel free to make your own predictions about how linear regression can help you. And as always, please remember to click like and subscribe.